Welcome into Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us. Today's show is presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company. We'll tell you more about what they do coming up later on in the show. You can start a free 14-day trial now at aura.com/chatsports. The Seahawks fell to the Chicago Bears last night by a final score of 27-11, and we are here to bring you the winners and the losers from last night's performance against the Bears. And where we will start is with the winners. But before we get to that, subscribe to the channel to join our live shows and watch parties. We had so much fun on Thursday night. Even though the Seahawks lost, we still found a way to entertain and inform on the channel. I was joined by Jeremy Chuggs, and I got to tell you, we were laughing so hard. We had a few drinks. It was great. If you missed it, don't worry. We have other watch parties ahead, including for the next preseason game against the Cowboys. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and join us. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. Join now. You will not regret it. It is certainly worth it. We have a great time there each and every day here on Seahawks Today. The Seahawks falling to the Bears 27-11, now 0-2 in the preseason. Geno Smith got the start after Drew Lock was diagnosed with COVID, and he played the first half. Jacob Eason got the second half, but there was a lot to be left desired from the Seahawks. Just a really pitiful performance from this team. But there were a few standouts, though, nonetheless. And we begin with Deejay Dallas. Now, here's a guy, Deejay Dallas, that I think before training camp, it wasn't for certain that he would even make the 53-man roster. We didn't know that 100% sure. And now we know for certain that he is going to be on this 53-man roster and that he is going to be an impact player for the Seahawks in 2022. He's looked really good this preseason. And, Dallas, on the ground, 5 carries, 15 yards. It didn't quite tell the whole story, though, because he was really good receiving the football with 4 carries for 52 yards, 4 catches for 52 yards, a true dual threat out of the backfield as both a running back and a receiver. And with already missing Rashad Penny and Kenneth Walker here in the preseason, Deejay Dallas has shown that he's more than capable, as well as Travis Homer as well. Travis Homer is a guy that also in that running back room just hoping to make the team. And he played well in the first preseason game against Pittsburgh, and now he's stepped up good again. Another good night. 5 carries, 44 yards on the ground for Travis Homer. He impressed and did his part. Also had another catch for 4 yards. Both these guys really adding depth to this running back room. So if you could only pick one to keep, though, if the Seahawks have to choose between one or the other, who would it be? Who would be your guy that you would look to? Would it be Deejay Dallas? Would it be Travis Homer? This is our pin comment today. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it and let me know. If it's for Deejay Dallas, type DJ. If it's for Travis Homer, type TH. Let me know in the comment section. DJ for Deejay Dallas, TH for Travis Homer. Let's talk about Tariq Woolen now. And if you recall, I was maybe a little hard on Tariq Woolen after the first preseason game. He made a lot of mistakes, a lot of blown coverage, and he looked much better this week. He was very much improved from what we saw in the first preseason game. He locked in on coverage. He did his part, made several key tackles. I mean, he was just all over the place. He did his job and then some. This was the Tariq Woolen that the experts were talking about throughout minicamp and OTAs and what we've seen throughout training camp. He didn't show up in that first preseason game, but he showed up this time. I was impressed with what he put together, and for this Seattle Seahawks team, he impressed me, and Cody Barton as well. Both those guys answered the call and did what they were supposed to do and took that next step in the maturation process as cornerbacks. I was impressed. The last winner, he didn't even play, Drew Lock. I mean, Drew Lock got to sit back and see 2 quarterbacks in his place, Geno Smith and Jacob Eason, who were not good. And, I mean, just simply put, Drew Lock was out this week, and this was supposed to be his start. This was supposed to be the time that Drew Lock he got first-team reps for the very first time in practice this past week, and yet, I mean, he did good just not even being there because of how bad Geno Smith was. I mean, sometimes no action is the best action. I mean, it really, I think everyone watching that game at home was thinking, oh my gosh, how much better would this be if Drew Lock was out here? Where would this offense be if Drew Lock was here right now? And the thing is, for me, Drew Lock has a higher ceiling than Geno Smith does. Both of them could be game manager quarterback types. But in Drew Lock's case, there's more of a ceiling for the offense to explode more and move the football down more the field and take more chances. And we just didn't see that at all from Geno Smith. He was so conservative that he put his back against the wall. We'll talk more about Geno Smith in just a moment, but Drew Lock benefited from not playing because everybody was saying to themselves, okay, where are you, Drew? Please come back. Today's show presented by Aura. You may be asking, what is Aura? What do they bring to the table? Well, they offer financial fraud protection, identity theft protection, online and device security, and you can have up to 5 people on one family plan. Great deal. Everybody, your mom, dad, sister, aunt, whatever, all in the same plan. 14-day free trial, Aura.com/chatsports, the all-in-one digital safety company for the whole family. Whether it's on the dark web or whether it's at the mall, they're going to protect you either way. You're going to be covered with Aura. Check them out today, Aura.com/chatsports. The Losers, Charles Cross. Now, we were very active in our watch party in the chat, and I had plenty of questions about, okay, why are you being so hard on Charles Cross, a guy that is a rookie? And here's the deal. He's not just any rookie. He was a top 10 pick. This is supposed to be your starting left tackle for the next 10 years. And, you know, if he had 2 or 3 penalties and it was a away game, you would say, okay, he's a rookie. Sure, you know, first time on the road, whatever. 5 penalties at home is not good. He didn't even play the full game. I mean, if he played the full game, what would he have had? 10 penalties? I mean, who knows? And it wasn't just the false starts. He also had the holding penalties. I mean, it was just a bad night all around for Charles Cross. And he wasn't giving Geno Smith much time either to throw the football. So what a bad night, a pitiful performance. I expected a whole lot more from Charles Cross. It was just pitiful. And then there's Geno Smith. Look, Geno Smith, here's the thing. The stats will tell you, okay, 10 of 18, 112 yards. Not great. But then on top of that, here's the more telling statistic. The Seahawks had 8 different 3-and-outs. And most of those were on Geno Smith possessions. Geno Smith, I mean, he fell down on his own at one point. I mean, right now, I think that Geno Smith played himself out as quarterback number 1. Could that change? Maybe so. But this was so bad, as we mentioned, Drew Lock benefited not playing, that now everybody is on their feet ready to see Drew Lock get an opportunity. This job was Geno Smith's to lose. We were told that for quite some time. With him being the favorite, with him knowing the system and everything, and now he has played himself out of it. This is now Drew Lock's job to lose. It's changed that much. Who was your biggest loser versus the Bears? Was it Geno Smith? Was it Charles Cross? Was it somebody else? Let me know in the comments section. You tell me who the biggest loser was. Next up, Cody Barton. Cody Barton had a bad night against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then this game was not great either. 2 tackles was it for Cody Barton. He did not show improvement. With Cody Barton, you wanted to see, okay, hoping that was just a bad night. The numbers from Pro Football Focus for Cody Barton for his career are not good. And the hope was, okay, maybe Pro Football Focus is just a little tough on Cody Barton. But I'm starting to think that Cody Barton is not a starting caliber linebacker in this league, that he's a backup that is being thrown into the fire. There's a lot of mistakes, a lot of missed tackles. Things just aren't going well for Cody Barton. I don't think that situation right now is going to get any better. I think that has become an area of concern that Cody Barton is not ready for that mantle to be taken, replacing Bobby Wagner in that linebacking group. It has not been good for Cody Barton. Last but not least, the special teams. Oh, mama, was that bad. I mean, you start out with the field goal that Jason Myers missed, the 47-yarder. You had the muff punt return. I mean, the special teams was just atrocious. And, I mean, preseason game number 2 just isn't an excuse. I mean, it was just so bad. And then you had the punt that should have been downed inside the 5-yard line, and Coleman, his foot was on the line. I mean, you got to be self-aware, man. You got to know where your feet are. I mean, special teams was so terrific. I mean, it was like watching, a D2 football team on special teams. That's what it was like. It was so careless, and that was frustrating. It was just the little things that they weren't taking care of on special teams in that front. So there you have it. Our losers for the Bears this week. Follow me on Twitter at Tyler Jones Live. The conversation continues there, and we'll see you right back here on Seahawks Today. Thanks for joining us.